Daily Dose of Daryl Viewers Digest, December 6th through December 12th, 2021. All 7 segments for the week are in this episode. Monday Magic. The real magic is in our heart.
Would you put your hands together and help me welcome Daryl Peebles?
It is my pleasure and honor to be here tonight. I admire all of you. The American Business Women's Association is a great organization. Many of you have been in it for some time and have excelled and done so much. And tonight we're going to just have some fun and talk a little bit about some of the many wonderful things that this organization does. We're just going to change jackets here a little bit. And once we get the jacket changed, you see, it sort of helps me stand out from the crowd a bit. And in your business life, really, most of you want to sort of stand out from the crowd, I'm guessing, because you don't want to be just like Bud. Maybe I took it a little too far. You really want to do something where your work or your business or your activity will sort of set you apart from others. I don't really have to work hard at that in my life, but I do have to do a few things every now and then. And when you're at work, you have paperwork. Now, it's just a given. We all have paperwork, and I need someone to come up here to help me just a moment. Could I possibly get this young lady to come up here and help me? You're right-handed? Yes, young and lady, that's right. Now I know most of you have paperwork. I've got paperwork all the time. And what? What's that? What is that?
Paperwork.
How many of you use toilet paper? Okay, now I've identified several people that I would recommend you not shake hands with. And I would encourage you that don't use toilet paper that did not raise your hands. Y'all go ahead and start using it, okay? Now, what we have is paperwork. Now, everybody's got paperwork, and see, in business, there's something called power, and there's a secret power in business that can really motivate your business, and this is kind of like it. We don't want to run out of that power, so what we have is, just like toilet paper, we don't want to run out of toilet paper. And so we're going to stash this away. Now, you're going to sort of do like I do, because you want to succeed in business, right?
Right.
And you want to be a successful business person. And in order to be anything that you want to be, first you have to find somebody that already is what it is you want to be. If you watch what they do and do what they did, you can be what they are because you did what they did. But if you don't watch what they do, you can't do what they did. You won't be what they are because you didn't do what they did. Now, if you'll simply watch what I do and do what I did, you'll be what I am because you did what I did. But if you don't watch what I did, you can't do what I did. You won't be what I am because you didn't do what I did. So we're going to put a little bit behind the left ear so we won't lose it. We'll have a little stash right there. And then we... In order to be, you have to watch what they do and do what they did. Okay? I do! Yes, this is not rocket science if I'm involved, trust me. All right, and we're going to put a little under the right arm. We're going to put a little bit under the left arm. And we're just about running out of places to put this stuff. I guess we just got a little bit left right here.
Oh, gee.
Let's start out. Emergency! Emergency! you might have run out of that secret power that's going to energize your business. And we wouldn't want that to happen, so I can help you with that. Simply open wide. Just kidding. Give her a big round of applause. All right.
Learn to stand out from the crowd. Follow good models in life. Don't run out of that power that transforms. The real magic is in our heart, so take that heart everywhere and share that power. Tuesday Truth. What's my purpose in life? I asked the void. What if I told you that you fulfilled it when you took an extra hour to talk to that kid about his life, or when you paid for that young couple in the restaurant, or you saved the dog in traffic, or tied your father's shoes for him? Your problem is that you equate your purpose with goal-based achievement. The universe isn't interested in your achievements, just your heart. When you choose to act out of kindness, compassion, and love, you are already aligned with your true purpose. No need to look any further. One who is faithful in very little is also faithful in much, and one who is dishonest in very little is also dishonest in much. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire. His master said, Well done, good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a little. I will set you over much. Enter into the joy of your master. Little things mean a lot. Your purpose declares why you exist. It captures the heart of why you're here on this earth and why Jesus died for you. It defines your life, not in terms of what you think, but what God thinks. Too often we think of our purpose as some grand thing that we achieve or eventually find before life ends. Our real purpose is in the many small actions we take each day that are determined by what our heart values. Simply make sure your heart is in the right place. Wednesday Wisdom. Wisdom is a lifelong journey for each of us. A successful life grows in wisdom at each stage. All wisdom comes from God, so the more open we are to God's truth, guidance, step by step, the wiser we become.
Well, my name is Jerry Peterman. I am from Graham, North Carolina. I've been here all my life. I'm now 73 years old, so I've been here a good while, hadn't I? Well, my life growing up in Graham was a little rougher than most. We grew up in what was called Pumpkin Hill, or Rough Town, they called it, which was over in Market and Mill Street in that neighborhood, and it was a poor neighborhood. So I grew up with my great aunt Daisy. She raised me, me and my brother, and my sisters grew up with our grandparents, which was across the street from us. So it was different. At the time, everybody say you want the good old days. Well, the good old days then was me getting in cold in the morning before I went to school and stuff like that to keep the house warm. It wasn't the one room heated though, but I had to get the coal in to do that. And we had water, but we didn't have hot water in the house. So the good old days are not sometimes what they're cracked up to be. Well, we walked to North Graham Elementary, which was up on College Street, College and Main. It was the old school up there. We started at the first grade there, went through the 8th there, and then we would go to Graham High School, which was on Pine Street, where the middle school is now. And we started there at the 9th and went through the 12th. I remember Hurricane Hazel came in 1956. And I remember it was supposed to hit Graham at 12 o'clock. It was 1954 because I was in the first grade. It was supposed to hit Graham at 12 o'clock noon. And about 11:45, they decided we would be safer at home than we would be at the school. And they sent us home. Well, the only problem was we were all walking. Nobody had cars during those days. The family might have one car, but there wasn't the cars. So we walked home when Hurricane Hazel hit, right at the same time. I got involved with the city when I went in the service. I went in the Navy in 1968, and the Navy taught me a trade. They say they'll do it, and they did. I was in damage control, which means I was fighting fires on an aircraft carrier. I did that for 4 years, which was 4 tours or 4 cruises in Vietnam. And when I got out, a lady that was the city clerk here in Graham, Nita McMullins, called me. She knew I just got home, and she said they were looking for a professional fireman. They were starting the professional firefighters here in Graham. The first 7 people, I was one of those. And in 1972, it was April Fool's Day, 1972. I went to work for the city and stayed here 30 years riding a fire truck. During that time, a lot of different boards that you could be on, the Appearance Commission and stuff like that you could be on when you were a employee of the city. When I retired from the city in 2002, in 2003, I ran for Graham City Council and was elected to the city council, to my surprise. In 2003, when I got on city council, between 2003 and 2005, we changed the way the mayor was appointed. The city council appointed the mayor for the last 50 years. Of the 5 of them that got elected, they would choose one among themselves by that city council itself. So we changed that to where you had to run to be the mayor, and I ran in 2005 and got elected. Again, surprised me. And I stayed the mayor until my upcoming retirement here in 2021. Well, I have a 4.5-year-old grandson named Henry, and it's the only grandson I've got, and he is in Mesa, Arizona. That's where my son lives, and we're going to follow him out there. I was listening to the old song about a baseball player. It was a high school baseball player, and his life was all about his high school experience. That was the top peak of his life. But my life has moved up all the time. I started out in a poor place, and I graduated from high school, went to the service and learned a trade, and I stayed in that trade for 30 years, and I became the mayor of Graham, and now I'm going to be a grandfather. So the grandfather is going to be the top of the pile, I think, for me. So Arizona is all right. I've not lost a thing in Arizona, except the ability for me to reach out and hold my grandson. And that is the only reason we're going. We tried to get them to come back here. We offered them everything we had to offer them, but the job my son has is in Arizona, and his wife's there, and they're not coming back to Graham. I'm going to really miss them. The last 10 years, we had visited Arizona 5 times every year, going out there for a week or so each time. All we're going to do is reverse it. Now we're going to be out there full time and come back here 5 times a year. There's no new people in this world. If you go to the fire department, the same people there, different name, different face, but it's the same people. So when I get out in Arizona, it's going to be the same people out there. I've just got to meet them and treat them nice and get to be friends with them, and I think I'll be all right. I recommend that there's people out there for you. If you go somewhere else, you'll find somebody that you can relate to and bond with, I guess. Well, I've been happily married for 46 years. I tell everybody, and my wife gets mad at me, that I've been happily married for 10, even though we've been married for 46, and she hits me when I say that. I've always been able to kid with my wife, and if you can't do that, you're going to have problems. But I've always gone home and told her if I said something about her, or I was kidding with her.
God's wisdom, timing, and miracles are perfect. Seek God's wisdom each day and trust God for the timing and purpose. Thursday Thrill. It is a thrill after a certain age just to be waking up each morning. Often we're told we're too old for many things. Here are a few tips about thought process and some practical applications to remain fit through the aging process. Okay, so on this segment, we're going to look at taking care of your body as you age. This is particularly designed for people that are 70 and older, but that's not just chronological age. Sometimes bodies age quicker, and so you can have people that are 70 when they're 50, and you can have people that are 50 when they're 70. So you have to pay attention to your body. You have to really find out what you pains are, whether they're good pains or bad pains, and you have to learn the difference. One of the main things to realize is as you get older, make your movements deliberate, slow, smooth, and not jerky. That's where you end up with having some problems. If you're stretching, stretch slowly and easily. If you're lifting, lift slower and lighter. And so those are some of the key points in this segment today. I'll try to illustrate a few of the things you can do that can help you as you age and try to maintain a good, healthy body through some exercise. If you'll notice in these illustrations here, some people have particular problems with joints and muscles. The joints where the bones come together and the muscles supporting this structure. Notice how smoothly I'm moving there and see where my hands are. When you do have aging happen, most people have some degeneration in the back, and so you always want to protect the lower back by having a good base, having at least 3 things on the floor each time to maintain your balance. You don't want to get off balance and make a jerky movement, and so you gradually move over and you hold the stretch and don't rock or bounce or jerk. Another thing is you want to stretch only as far as you feel comfortable and hold it. Now, some people can stretch more than others. It's not a competition. Just stretch to where it's a nice little pull on the muscles, but not pulling the muscle. And then do the front, the back, and all the different positive and negative resistance things. Now, notice how you get down and as you stretch your back one way, then you stretch it the other. But you do it slowly and gradually. That also helps in that particular movement with the abdominal muscles, keeping them strong. The stronger your abdominal muscles are, the better it is for supporting your back also. Now, stretching is always good. Take care of that. You can do a little cardio warm-up just real lightly, but be sure you give it a good stretch. Too many people overlook stretching when they go to the gym. You don't have to have 1,000,000 pieces of equipment. This little small gym has a mighty big variety. This will not only help with your muscles, but rowing will also help with your cardio. Now, you notice how when doing something like that, maybe in the younger days you just pop the leg up and pop it out. But here you want to make sure you're supported so that you aren't off balance or anything happening like that. You still get the motion and things like that. Now, when you're doing curls, you don't want to stand up straight, kind of like you're sitting down in a chair, and tuck that posterior in a little bit and keep your back relatively straight. On this one, you pull down slowly behind the neck, or you can also pull it down to your chest. But notice how smooth and gradual, and always start off with lighter weights and do that for a while. Pulling back like this with your hands in one position works a certain set of muscles. Then you switch the hands over where they're horizontal, and they will also work a different set of muscles. Keep your body stationary as you pull it down. What a thrill to learn ways we can continue to keep our bodies functioning to the best of our ability as we age. Friday Flashback. Singapore is a sunny tropical island in Southeast Asia off the southern tip of the Malay Peninsula. It's a wealthy city, once a British colonial trading post. It's known for its conservatism and strict laws. In fact, you can't drop chewing gum paper down on the sidewalks. It's the queen of clean, the king of hygiene, the siren of the spotless. And the airport there is absolutely amazing. The airport's absolutely fascinating. Just this one feature kept people amazed for long periods of time. It's connected directly to the big hotel. You never have to go outside. There are post offices. There's things, you can do almost anything in this airport like a city. And it's fascinating to be able to run upon things like this and watch them. Personalized first-rate service at this airport, a blend of the modern and the old in Singapore. Even personal welcomes, the food was exquisite, unbelievable. Take a look around at the blend, old and new. The Asian Women's Welfare Association is a great charity that's been set up for quite a few years. I was able to meet up and honor them. They are people given to people. And Barbara was one that was here. She didn't start this, of course, but she works there, and they help the needy people. After the British troops began pulling out, they set this up. And so over the past 50 years, a lot of volunteers have helped support low-income families, and it's turned into a really workable situation for there. Barbara is the one I honored from the mayor's office in Graham, and she and others work hard there to carry on and serve. A short glimpse of Singapore reveals a nation, a state, and a city all in one. It's an amazing blend of the old and the modern. Aside from being one of the cleanest cities in the world, people like Barbara with AWWA serve others daily. Saturday Summary. Don't run out of the power. Set yourself apart from the crowd. Have your heart in the right place and be willing to share it with others. Wisdom grows through the years, and it goes with you when you move. Tips to stay fit safely while aging: be smooth and subtle. Singapore, a city, a state, and a nation, a blend of the modern, old, clean and safe, serving others. Saturday summary. Don't run out of that secret power in life. Our purpose is fulfilled each day, and it's determined by our heart. Make the right heart decisions. Wisdom grows through the years, and it goes with you everywhere. Take the bumps out of aging by exercising smoothly and listening to your body. Singapore sets the example as a city-state nation with a blend of the old and the modern, remaining clean and safe. Sunday silence. Take a few moments of silence and list your secret powers and reflect on your source. Pause and reflect. How does your heart guide you each day in taking action in line with your purpose? Pause and reflect. Name a few ways you have seen your wisdom grow through the years and how it has been effective in new areas of your life. Pause and reflect. Identify parts of your body that are weak or injured and how you have adapted your exercises as you have aged each year. Pause and reflect. Like Singapore, you play different roles. How have you managed that and remained clean and safe and graceful each day? Pause and reflect. This is Darrell R. Peebles, the old man behind the microphone, and I encourage you to be aware that every day positive, personal, and professional items come from the Motivation Bureau. It's divided up like this. You have the digital, real, and print divisions. Whether it's a YouTube channel, online counseling, custom movie production, or pulpit supply, funerals, weddings, magic shows, or just some of the books, magazines, and newspapers. Be aware they're available and contact me anytime about those. Be happy to go over them with you. Thank you for your support and encouragement on this channel. And I wanted you to know there's a book signing coming up very soon on December 11th. Another one on December 18th. Contact me for details. Be happy to let you know about them. Also, group discounts for local churches and a special pastor gift. Thank you so much for your ideas and support. These are other things that I do. Look them over and let me know if I can help you. And you can contact me at the email or the website or anything. Now, at this time, Daily Dose of Darrell encourages you to go out and have a great day. Make it a great day. It is the only one you have. And also, each dose on this channel can move us toward a better, healthier, and more informed body, mind, and spirit. I'm excited to be a small part of that, expanding our capacity to learn, love, and forgive, and together leave this world a better place for all. God bless you.